How do you paint something as beautiful as these hellebores? I just absolutely love these, and I've just picked them out of my garden and I want to paint them. So the first thing I'm going to do is just prepare a ground. So I'm going to mix up a very light colour that will just act as a nicer, softer background for them than the white paper. And in doing that, I've dealt with everything that goes behind. Always start from the back of the painting, come to the front. The next thing I want to do is to look at them and jot down some words that describe them. So just looking at them, these are the words that I'm coming up with. I'm looking at what I see when I look at these hellebores. They're delicate, they've got speckled petals, they've got long skinny stems, little buds that are sort of pendulous and hanging off, and they've got very curly leaves. So having written all that down, now I want to paint them. And I'm not going to even try and reproduce them realistically as they are, because I can't, how can you replicate that beauty? So I just want to paint the feeling of them. So I'm coming in with really loose paint, and I'm thinking about those colours that I can see, and I'm just sort of loosely marking in where the petals are, where the flowers are when I hold up a stem, and where the leaves are. And I'm purposefully holding the paintbrush at the very tip of it so that I don't have too much control. These are going to be really loose marks because I'm just trying to just get a feeling for it really, and just see how this all goes. I'm sort of mapping in where everything is on the stem of hellebores, and now I'm trying to sort of replicate the colours and where those colours are, but I'm not doing it, hugely realistically. I really want to get a feeling for those curly leaves, for the darkness against the light of them, for those long skinny stems, and the very sort of delicate nature of these leaves and flowers on the end of these skinny stems. So one of the things I noticed was the speckled nature, the speckles on the petals, and so that's what I'm coming in with here. Now I'm going to try and draw and describe the edge of the leaves, but once again I'm not going to try and do it realistically. I'm getting a feeling for it. I'm not hanging very closely to where I put the paint. I want to get that delicacy, and that delicacy can come with a line just being on its own, not sticking closely to the bit of paint. So I'm looking at the hellebores as I'm drawing, and if you look at the way I'm holding the pencil, I'm holding it just like I held the paintbrush, right down at the end, so that I don't have too much control. And I'm just sort of just kind of delicately putting in these lines that are going to help to describe what I see in the plant. And here are these speckles again, but I'm coming right off the edge of the paint with those. So it's a very sort of light, I want to sort of get that delicate feeling of these flowers. And just sort of building up what I see in these flowers. And having already written down the words, I've sort of got it in my head what it is that I want to draw attention to. So this is how we can paint a feeling, is if we get clear about what it is we want to paint first. It's not so much the actual hellebore, it's the feeling of them. So I'm not going to be slavishly trying to reproduce them. I'm just trying to get a feeling for how they look with these loose lines. and loose brushwork and loose use of the pencil. Now I'm coming in with a sponge just to break into some of that watery paint that I've just put in there. Trying to define those sort of the curliness of those leaves. And with this little bud, I'm just, once again, not trying to create a hard and fast outline, but keeping it loose. And here are them close up. It was a fun exercise to do.